Okay, I wanted to start off with a little bit of the footage. I turned my ISO up to, like 6400 because once it starts getting dark out here, you really can't see a whole lot of anything. Especially with the low light camera, the P1000, the P900, the B700. They're all low light cameras, so you can only see to a certain point. But what I did was I did manipulate the brightness, the saturation. I took completely out of all of this, on all the footage except for a little bit I left in here, just to give you an idea of what it looked like at a certain point. But there is, as it got even later, you couldn't see nothing. But you can see water well beyond this land, which actually I think there's a lot more there that's just getting compressed or pulled down into this mirroring effect. It's hidden. And this is one of the things that most people don't understand is how all of these different optical effects causes an obstruction in your vision. You cannot see it. And here's that spot in between the islands. Now my camera is at 28 inches, and you'll see that in some of my cell phone footage that I did put in this video, just so you could see that I did have my camera down low. It's at 28 inches. It give a couple more inches for me being just a little bit up off the water, but I'm really, really low perspective on this. And you can obviously see, water going well beyond. You see these boats that are well beyond. You see this little light flashing. Again, another thing I wanted to bring up that somebody keeps mentioning on my channel, that why don't I use a solar filter and show that the sun doesn't change size? Well, here's my theory. If we're seeing the sun at 3,000 miles away and it rises above our head at 3,000 miles, right, prospectively, because it's going across a plane, then when it goes to set or appear to set, it is going another 3,000 miles. So in turn, that light would not change except for its brightness. And that's what people do catch, the brightness of the sun when it's directly over us. We cannot look at it directly because it will blind us. As it gets lower on the horizon, on the east and west horizon, we do see, we can look at it. But look at here, there's the Anclote power plant, and you can actually see the higher land sticking up by it. Why? Because to the south of me, things are getting compressed. To the north of me, it wasn't getting compressed. It wasn't in the mirroring zone. It wasn't being affected by all these optical effects that we get. Now, science wants to claim it's refraction pulling it up. I don't believe that refraction can pull anything up from over a curve. And yeah, then you got this boat that goes by. But north of me, I was getting actually 10 to 15 mile visibility earlier in the day, which tells me one thing: the earth is flat, folks. Now, some of this other footage, I'm going to let the natural audio go so you can hear what I'm saying in it. I think it's important. All right, again, I appreciate all those that watch and learn.
Planet?
Alright, look at this.
I thought you were about to give me like
Let's
some
see.
planet.
See, there's two of them.
There's the
It's
big
stars.
rock.
It's crazy how.
Have you ever seen? You're outside all the time.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you ever see the satellites going across?
Yeah. Dude, but like, it's what's really wild is wherever you go to different parts of the country, you can't imagine like the world that you do with travel everywhere here first, but you look at the sky, and it looks like the colors you get, that everything's really like different depending on where you are in the country.
Oh yeah.
It's really wild. Like the stars in Wyoming look completely different than the stars in Ohio, which look completely different than the stars out here. Like it's
Well, hey, have good luck getting to Houston.
yeah, thanks, bud.
I'm at 28 inches.
Better not be.
Okay. find Cutter's Rock. I'm gonna find Cutter's Rock. That boat. No way. 28 inches. I'll give myself a few more inches. Tide's coming in though.
Now again, I'm only manipulating the brightness and the saturation and a little bit of contrast, only to make this a little bit more visible. This first pass that I make from Bayport Rack across toward the north, I'm of course looking kind of northwest as it is. I'm scanning the horizon, and I mean, my goodness, at 28, 30 inches, I'm giving it 30 inches because I am a little bit up off the water, but not by much. And then you can see actually these clouds kind of reflecting in the water beyond, and you can still see more water beyond this. My horizon should be at like 2.88 miles, which I'm seeing well beyond 88 miles. I'm even thinking I'm looking more than 11 miles out there because every little sliver of water is miles, especially when you're looking at these distances, like from the North Rack to the Cutter's Rock. There's like 3 extra miles and just this tiny little sliver. So what do you see beyond Cutter's Rock is actually probably 4 or 5 more miles beyond it. So science is saying that all of this is getting lifted up due to refraction, but yet I'm out here where there's hardly any light. When you zoom in on the horizon at dusk, everything goes black and it gets so dark you can't really see nothing. Even with my infrared camera, once it gets so dark out there, it's not picking up any light, even with the low light active on it. Now, I actually went past Cutter's Rock this first pass, and I find the North Rack.
That's the North Rack.
So I know it's out there, so I start scooting back to the left. And Cutter's Rock is out there between the North Rack and the Bayport Rack. From my perspective position, I'm standing out in front of Pine Island. I'm down below the seawall. I'm down below the observation deck. And, you even see these boats going by that there's no way that you can say that refraction is capable of pulling up 10 miles of the horizon. It's just absolutely impossible. And this is where I think if they had the technology that we have today with these zoom cameras, science wouldn't have came up with this bullshit refraction business that they give us and feed us and tell us that this is why you're able to see around the corner or around curves. It's not possible, especially in real life. Sure, you can do tricks, parlor tricks, and show people a curve, but in reality, you cannot. I do want to say that I'm just an average Joe out here, trying to find my own proofs, my own truths, and for me, um, I do get this sensation sometimes to go out, do these observations, even on days where I'm so tired, I don't feel like going out, but for some reason, I just get this sensation, and I do believe it's a sensation from God, if you will, to go out and do these and share them with other people that are realizing that we've been manipulated for a long, long time. Not only us, but our parents, our grandparents, into believing something that they could never prove themselves. The only way that you can prove the curvature of Earth is go up in a spacecraft, the fake ISS, and look back at Earth and see the ball spinning. Well, none of us have been able to do that. None of us will be able to do that. So I don't know why so many people are defending this globe, this fake globe. Even when you go and buy a new globe from the store, if you look at it, it says not to be used for educational purposes. Number one reason, well, it would have to be old Blake spheroid that looks like a pear, right? In order for it to be a correct model, um, compared to what science claims. Um, So again, we have to accept their bullshit in order for us to get along with the rest of the world. Because if everybody accepts it, except you, then you are a retard. You are, ridiculed. You're mocked. You're called the class clown and everything in school. So we all go along to get along, so we don't get made fun of. Here's back to some original audio.
There it is. Wow. There's Cutter's Rock. I'm gonna... Alright. Gotta get down here, show that my camera's here. Water's right there. I mean, I'm a few inches above. But, there's Cutter's Rock. You can see it flashing. And I'm at 28 inches. And you can still see that there's there's the light flashing on it. But that's definitely Cutter's Rock. I mean, I can only see so many racks from this position, but definitely got this one. Definitely got it. Shut the light off. Again, look at this. My camera is facing just to the right of that pole, but see where I'm at? Oh shit. Turn my light back on. There's the seawall. So I'm under the seawall right now. I'm under the seawall. Somebody left their stupid Pringles out here. Well, this is some of the best footage I've ever gotten. Gotta get down here, show that my camera's here. Water's right there. I mean, I'm a few inches above. But there's Cutter's Rock. You can see it flashing. And I'm at 28 inches. And you can still see that there's there's the light flashing on it. But that's definitely Cutter's Rock. I mean, I can only see so many racks from this position, but definitely got this one. Definitely got it. Shut the light off. Huh. You can't look at this. My camera is facing just to the right of that pole, but see where I'm at? Shit. Alright. Turn my light back on. There's the seawall. So I'm under the seawall right now. I'm under the seawall. Somebody left their stupid Pringles out here. Well, this is some of the best footage I've ever gotten. Starting to get dark on me quick, so I'm going to take some pictures. But let me try to focus it a little bit better right now. It's getting dark quick. There's better focus. Look, you're trying to focus on that light way out there too, you know. Here, let me do this, because I see a boat over here with his bright beamers on. Look at this. He's got all light on. Wow. Look at that, folks. Come on. Come on. This is an impossible ball, people. Especially down here. This low to the water. I'm going to take some pictures. But I got to find that rack again. Oh, there goes the Bayport. Look at him. Europe. Yeah, let me take some pictures. Well, shoot, I gotta keep filming until I can't film no more. Until it gets too dark. Wow. And again, I'm at 28 inches, folks. Or 28 inches only because I'm not really down in the water, but the water's coming in. This is perfect. No wind. I mean, it's fairly cool out. That's why I picked tonight. I was like, man, the weather's just perfect. I gotta get my jacket on here. My sweatshirt. Wow, and the sky is just absolutely... Look at the chemtrails here. The chemtrails are terrible, people. I mean, they are. They're bad. Here, let me just try to get to these other racks here. Well, that's a fucking sign. Here, I'm gonna zoom back. I need more light. Oh, that's one of the signs. That's one of the other signs. There it is. You don't see its light. Wow. That's Billy Steels. There's a boat. There's a boat. There's a boat. Wow. Get back out a little more. That's Hernando Beach. I can't zoom in because yeah, I'm losing light, folks. That water's coming up on me quick here. It's creeping. Zoom out. Let me show you this. Look at this sky. And look here. There's Jupiter. I don't know what's above Jupiter though. Must be something else. And don't forget I got my ISO turned all the way up. Yeah, I can't do much here. Yeah, it's hard to focus it too with the ISO cranked way up. Okay. Zoom in on the one above it too. Well, that's Jupiter there. Huh. What the hell's below it? Wow. That's Jupiter. Let me get my star map out. Huh. Venus. Venus. It's Venus. Venus is right here. Well, Venus and Mars. Or Venus and Jupiter, excuse me. Look at this plane. I'm going in between them. Well, look at all the boats out there.
All right, I don't think people realize how much work this actually takes. You know, I'm out here for hours doing these observations, and you know, whether people want to watch and learn from them, that's up to them. And I can understand, you know, I do make long videos. Um, on this particular one, I wanted to manipulate the light because once it got so dark, you know, the low light P1000 camera cannot pick up, you know, the light so easily. I do have an infrared camera. I did uh, use it. I'm pretty sure I used it this night, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later because it was an awful lot of footage too. But I don't know if I use it because I can't really zoom in uh, a whole lot with it. It just doesn't want to keep its focus. Maybe it's just that I got to get it at the right time of day in order to use it. Okay, I thought I'd add in these pictures of, this is the Bayport rack. Took a couple pictures of it. And you can see its light streaming all the way across right to me. Actually, I wish I was back a little bit further, but maybe it wouldn't have picked up all that light from a further distance back. But I think these are cool pictures. And then this is one where I'm kind of searching for the Cutter's Rock. Don't forget, these are flashes of light because these beacon lights are flashing. So it's really hard to pick them up. There's Cutter's Rock way out on the horizon. And remember too, the light is manipulated because I can't focus in on that light. So it is a distorted light because of its distance. And then this is one I think where I moved the camera a little bit because I wanted to get a really full zoom on it. But it's really hard to at night. And here it is again where it is off to the side. So I'm trying my best to do what I can. But again, you know, I never tell anybody to believe me. I just say, look at my work, look at my observations, and then you decide for yourself. You be the judge. All right, thanks for watching.